The first invitee, which means literally would expect you to be the first implementer. Ours is very simple, is to create conducive environment for you. Most of these programs are going to be led by you as private sector. We are not in the business of being all over, but we're in the business of intervening strategically into the economy. My dream has always been one. If our strategies and plans of building this resilient city can find itself in the desk of His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa and be announced in the State of the Nation to say, we are building the first post-democratic city in the eastern part of Limpopo, we would have won everything. Because imagine the amount of support that we are going to get from the international and national communities about this man. It's not the one-man show, it's a collaboration. When we said we wanted to build a city, those who did not have a vision, they said, hey, they are playing, they were laughing. And then we went back to the Constitution and say, what does 153 say? It says national, province shall support local. So for you to build a city, you don't have a budget to build a hospital, but it takes you as an MM to write to the DG and the mayor to write to the premier, the MEC and the Minister of Health and say, our people need a hospital here. Then they start to process and plan it. That's how you build. It's not like going to build this center out of our own pocket. And we're happy that we've got a strong private sector stakeholder such as you. During lunch, I told you that some of the towns, they were built only out of silos. White people, they put silos there, then it becomes a township and a town. So as with these huge endowments, I think we can do more, Mr. Mbea. And we can do things better. Change management is quite key. So over to you, colleagues. Any questions? What the likes of doctors here, they presented. Let's check from you as private sector. Are everything in line with your plans?
No, thanks. I think we are really thankful for the presentations. I'm actually feeling that I'm just feeling a bit jealous, but, maybe because it's today. But I should have also brought some of the team members whom I would have loved for them to hear. There are guys who work with the DTI in our offices. There are people who look at the various aspects from a development perspective. So I guess this will not be the last. We will need a meeting moving forward. But it also, just to start from what Phineas was raising, because for me, I think it assists, because there have been initiatives. That's why I was asking the question. Because I remember when I came to ARM, I was consulting at the time. We had two structures. One which was called the Producers Forum and the Development Forum. Because at the time we were very clear that the developmental mandate sits with state institutions, municipality, province, and national. We play a supportive role, and because our concern at the time was that most of the mines want to come and say, I've got 10 rands, I'm going to do a borehole. But we said it doesn't work like that. You must say, I've got some few cents, what can we do with it? So the idea of the Producers Forum was for the mines in the area to put money in one kitty, because in that way they say stronger together. And if you put it there, then your development forum is the one that would then work out where the money is going to be used. At that time, we had started to develop a vision for Tubatse, where you are now, because we looked at 6 streams at the time, which would have been studies. One was the migration study, because we knew that once you come into the developmental trajectory, there is no way people are not going to be moved. And we wanted to take advantage of the then program which Meg Maharaj had started, which was called Moving South Africa. Because then it was the realization that when you plan towards clearly the way the settlement structure, people are going to be moved and so on. So you need to have resources to remove them. We can't do forced removals alone, but we needed to do a study. There was also a study on transport. So there were all those streams. They sort of happened, but for some reason this thing just disappeared at the point where and Pegasport was not, a lot of land was still unoccupied, because we were warning that the more we leave this thing, people are going to occupy this place. It excites that at least we're back to where we were and we have planned. The one question which I was going to ask was just the baseline from where we start, because we probably did some bit of studies on this thing. They have their socio-economic study, which they did. They just completed their sort of. So I think at some stage it's going to be useful for us to start working from the same pace, because probably we missed it somewhere. We could have saved money if we came to the municipality for that information, but I just wanted to check that part. And also I think the issue of the and I was saying that if there is something for us to also look at, so because the idea for us was we need to do the SLP differently. We shouldn't just go to the communities and say, give us your needs. Because yes, they give us crutches, they give us this, but we're not going to develop the economy through the building of crutches and preschools. And we don't say they are not necessary. So they could not use the study when they did, which is where I think the municipality comes in, because we then said when they take it to the municipality, they need to benchmark with and ensure that we are not irrelevant in terms of the vision of the municipality. So I think the sharing of documentation is going to be useful for us. The other is that the issue which she has spoken about from England, about municipal capacity and partnership program, because we did discuss it in the Minerals Council. They did present. Sibanye also do have some ideas, and all of us agreed in there that it's not going to help us to pump. It does not really looking at towards the road. It's not going to help us to pump money in the municipalities unless we assist the municipalities to create capacity for project management, for planning, and a whole lot of things. And so in the first meeting, I think it was when I had the follow-up meeting, we then agreed that where we are working, municipalities cannot suffer where we are working. I'm sure we've got the biggest number of engineers in the space where we work, which can be utilized for other things. So the capacity we talk about is not just money, but also in terms of their resource skills and other things. So I think on that one we were aligned. I didn't know England has already moved so far with yourselves, but from us you should know that we are really fully supporting